Brian, do you have anything interesting for this week?
So you went to the hospital. What happened?
I'm not gonna say that until the
The
podcast
people want to know.
before the podcast before. So once I actually come out with the statement, it already happened.
Okay, then tell them because they already know.
No, they already know.
Exactly. Just repeat yourself.
No, it's like
once
Inception.
more. I haven't watched that movie actually. I just know like the world flips inside out and stuff. Does it not? I don't want to talk to you anymore. Let's bring the guest. I fucking hate you. Go ahead, introduce him because you never do shit.
Samuel Matos, right? That's how you say your name. Let me not butcher it.
Whatever you want.
Oh,
You're Diego. You can say.
He is an inspirational speaker.
it's motivational speaker, but whatever.
But he's pretty inspirational as well. So
You introduce yourself. This guy doesn't even know how to talk.
Let me see. Can you guys? Yeah, I hear myself. I'll pay $50 later. It's all right. If we're trying, it's all right. So, my name is Samuel. I do some content on TikTok every now and then, social media on Instagram. I post like every now and then, a couple quotes, stuff, thoughts for the most part. Videos I make every now and then. I train a couple people personally and help them, grow themselves, their business, their position in life and stuff. So, and a couple other things, but that's basically what else you guys want to know.
When you say train, because I've been wondering this for a while, what do you mean? Like, what do you train them in?
Mentally. So, I guess I'll just go straight into like what I do. So, I do a couple different things. I am an office manager. I work with sales as well, and then I'm also part-time building a business where I train people within the financial service industry. And so sometimes when it comes to money, it's pretty straightforward. Like if you guys were to, wow, I hope this doesn't break anybody's ears.
I think that was him.
So, no, that was me. I had my ring with this. Finances are pretty, like, annoying a little bit. Or people would think so, but they're really straightforward. And so once you get it, at that point, it's just helping people mentally and walking them through the process of how to communicate with people. Because at the end of the day, once you get a certain topic, it doesn't matter what it is. Everything is a people's business. Like you're dealing with people every single day as you grow up. And so there are stages, for example, that I go through that someone else hasn't, that I'm talking to. And then when they pass through that point in life, I'm like, they ask me for help. Hey, what do you do in this position or whatever? Very simple things, but I've passed through it or I've read about it. And if I haven't passed through it, then I let them know, hey, I haven't experienced it. But this is what I've seen, and it just makes sense based on this. And if I was in that position, this is what I would do. And then I allow them to make their own decisions and stuff like that. But, yeah.
So sort of like a life coach? Or
Yeah, kind of like a life coach, business guide, kind of, anybody that I'm developing and training within my personal within my business. My job is to train them, no matter what. Like, to help them basically get to a better position. That's it. In life, mentally, with their income, anything. And so that's it. I just, they ask me for help. They reach out. I help them. They give me a call, text, whatever, and I walk them through it, the process. If they're facing a situation that's probably going to be complicated, they're talking to someone who's giving them issues or whatever. And this honestly has to do with anything. It doesn't really matter. Relationships, their work, their family, it doesn't matter anything. And I'm not saying I'm not saying like I'm Jesus or nothing. By no means at all. Like, it's just things that I've learned. Like, imagine, I've read over 52 books up to now in the past, 2.5 years on the subject of self-improvement, financial independence, mindset stuff, personality types. And I just got absorbed by it. And so sometimes my mind got to a point where when you teach yourself so many times about a certain subject, doesn't matter what it is, your mind starts, because naturally the human mind is creative. When you give it a subject that it's confident in, and you mix it with creativity, you start developing systems, and you can capitalize on it if people choose so to teach others and help others if you wanted to. And when they reach out, for the most part, your mind's immediately going to go to whatever you've learned. So, anyways.
Do you have a mentor?
Yeah,
yourself?
I have. Yeah. So the same way that I train people as well, the broker of my office, I reach out to him many times, almost every day. I call him, talk about certain things. If we're not working, because I know sometimes he like messes with me if I'm not, if he expects me to be working or whatever at a certain point or being productive or whatever, which I am for the most part. But if we're talking for too long, sometimes we have phone calls they're really good, which is why they last so long. But I know he's really picky with his time as well. So I talked to him about honestly anything I'm looking toward. The same look. It's very simple. The same way that people ask me for help in certain situations, I do the same thing for someone that I know has passed through way more than I have. Why? Because I like the insight, or I read about it in my research. I've always been like that. But if you have somebody in front of you that you can contact, it's just better.
And how did you find your mentor?
When I got introduced to my business, he knew my family. He was a family friend of my family years ago in the early 20s. And they all worked together and everything when he relatively first started. Also producing, he wasn't even a broker yet. He was still, he got his licenses and everything. And, years passed and, my uncle, my aunt, my mom, all these people started building their own lives. And he just continued, producing, became a broker, expanded his office. And so graduation came, senior year came, I graduated. And at that point, I read quite a bit of books about how to improve your life. And I didn't want to go the traditional route. I'm not going to school. I don't hate school. I think at this point, I used to hate it, but now at this point, I understand that for certain careers, it's required. And, if people want to go that route, I just advise people to at least do your research and know exactly what you want to do before you start going down a rabbit hole. Because many people, and I know most people probably know this anyways, but many people go through a situation where they get in debt of tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars going through school, not really understanding what they want to do. Like, if you want to do something, like, fully understand it. Look at someone who lives it in their life, talks about their experience with it, and don't just take other people's word for it. Because at the end of the day, your life is up to you. And if it's up to you, you want to make sure that you take advantage of all the time you have, because you don't know when you're going to have, you don't even know if the next second you're going to be breathing. So you got to make sure that the rest of your life is going to be worth it. But anyways, I know it's on too long. Whatever. I know. I get in a tangent. This happens to me all the time, dude. I'm just
making sure I'm alive.
When I make TikTok videos and stuff, I get on a tangent and I do it 3 times.
Wait, TikTok videos? You make those too?
Yeah,
I didn't find you on there. I saw
You do the.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's the only move you know, Diego. Every time he mentions TikTok, he does the dice roll. You didn't even know what it was called.
I mean,
Oh man.
whatever. Anyways, it's supposed to be funny but serious, not just serious. So.
No, it's fine because it's serious. And for the people you mentor, do they usually reach out to you, or do you sometimes create that connection and then they come towards you?
Have you played sports before?
I have.
You've been in a team like football or something? You know
Cheerleading.
how obviously you're in that team and you're a main player in the team, right? Your efforts, the goals that you want for your team aren't going to be dependent on your own actions. Your coach has to be constantly on top of you, because there are going to be times your leg hurts, you feel tired, and you don't want to do nothing. But you have to have somebody always keeping you accountable. So I'm like their coach. So I reach out to them if I need to. I know they're slacking, or if I just want to follow up with them or whatever, or they call me. And vice versa. It's just kind of like constant communication.
I wouldn't know. My coach was a bitch.
Wow, that
My apologies.
No, you're good.
Brian, you
That's okay.
suck.
Dude,
So we're gonna get on his case again.
you remember her. You remember her.
She knows exactly who you're talking about. So
I feel like she wouldn't. I feel like she's that oblivious.
Oh, your coach is watching?
Oh, I doubt it, but still. Even if she was, I don't think she would know.
she's gonna play the podcast, and you know what?
In class.
I didn't want to say it.
Why? What does that change? See, you're the asshole, not me.
There's still you messaged me a long time ago, and I did like a video for you.
Oh, I did that too.
A video.
You said you posted something on your story and you talked about something and then you were like, reach out if you're interested. Then I reached out. You sent me a video.
Yeah, that's my business.
And then I watched the video. I forgot. I don't think anything happened after, but it was a cool video.
Yeah.
But you're at that time you were focused more on insurance, right?
Not focused. I would say. I mean, that's the only thing also that I was able to do, because that was the first license that I got at that point. That was way at the beginning. Right now, I'm studying to get my investments license, then my state, then mortgage, then broker license. But yeah, same thing. This financial services in general. That's just the first license that I get. I just want to make sure that all y'all is being kept.
I didn't know that there was that many like licenses to
There's
get.
a lot, dude.
And that,
Imagine if you're gonna be doing like a financial plan with someone, you gotta make sure that you know your stuff, like about everything. Yeah.
So these are all separate licenses, right? Like, because I know for at least like in real estate, you can be a agent and then you can be a broker.
Mm-hmm.
So all the licenses you just named, are they all different levels of the same one, or are they all separate?
What do you mean different levels?
Like-
no, they all pay differently. Basically, yeah, I'm just gonna simplify it. They all pay differently. Once you have a certificate, your license, you're certified to get paid with that and help clients with that. Obviously, if the same thing, dude. If you own a business where you build countertops and you wanted to expand to home remodeling, you have to be certified for that. But you can't get paid for that unless you're certified for it. Because if you're not, you're gonna get in trouble with inspectors and everything and a whole bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, they are all separate. Same under the same thing, but
Oh, okay, there you go. That's what I was trying to figure out.
yeah.
Okay, I got you. That's cool.
how many licenses do you have right now?
I still have my first one.
And what's the specific name for it?
214 life and annuity license.
Life and
Annuity.
annuity.
Annuities are like a type of investment account. Usually, they require large amounts of capital, like hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. Usually, big dogs get that. Like, they're pretty cool, but yeah.
And what do you want to do next? Like license wise?
I have to get my investments. Then I'm probably not gonna get I'm probably gonna go straight for either the broker license, because I can just get the broker license, start working on that, or get my mortgage license if I have a chance to prior.
Like mortgage origination?
Like mortgage loans, you know what things people are gonna fall asleep by these people. But
No, like I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
I want to know.
So, let me see. You know what mortgage brokers are? Like what they do?
No, I don't know anything.
I'm just gonna simplify because people are gonna. So, obviously, mortgages are what you pay for your house every month, and so they just help you situate that whole process, making sure that you get the best rate, that it gets liquidated in the best way possible, the fastest, the wisest choice, and everything. It's just honestly being a financial guide, making sure they get the best deals on their homes, helping them pay off those loans with the best time possible. That's it. But you get paid big money for it because it's a very specific niche.
And you're gonna get an investment license. What is that gonna make you like?
Grands.
Grants?
Grand.
Grand?
Grands.
Grands.
Like,
Yes.
are you trying to imply thousands of dollars? Or okay,
Yes, thousands of dollars.
I wasn't
What
sure.
is that gonna make you like? What can you do with that type of?
So it's just helping people open up their retirement accounts. You guys know what Roth IRAs are, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Open up Roth IRAs account, which is the most common thing. Annuities as well. Then I would be certified to go and help people open up annuities. And there's like 4 other ones which are the same general types of retirement accounts, but a little more specific. Usually, it's just being able to help people organize their retirement accounts, and that's it. You're like an in-person Wall Street investor, basically.
Yeah. Are you capable of like buying and selling securities for them?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can do that.
You sit down with them and you create a custom plan for them, making sure that they get the best rate of return that they want to, based on their age, health, and everything. That's it.
That is pretty dope. I don't know.
So you can be like that guy in Wolf of Wall Street where they call and they're like, "Hey, buy me 10,000 shares of this," and you do it for them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that's a little more aggressive though. That's a little more specific. That's like big time type things. I could help them definitely in the process. I have to learn about the system, how it works specifically. I have to be certified to go ahead and do that. But basically,
So basically, you fall under the umbrella of your guide. You're just guiding people. You're not really necessarily doing anything, but you're helping them figure out what to do. Okay.
yeah.
Like basically what a financial planner would do, like working at a bank or something like that. Or
I mean, now we're working from home, so we just work from home, sit on appointments, help people out, walk them through the process, help them set up their accounts. Sometimes do it for them as well because especially when it deals with investments, it takes a couple hours. Communication with the office, that's it.
And is this because of COVID, or have these type of jobs always been from home?
It's always been from home. Honestly, before it was more popular to do it in person. And usually because it was like ran by like older people for the most part, they were like, everybody go to people's house, KTAs, like KTAs are kitchen table analysis. So the idea was that you would call a client, hey, I'm gonna pass by, we're gonna talk about these things, we're gonna sit down on the table, and let's go over these numbers and make sure that everything's in the right place. And we give them we literally give them an analysis on every single area of their finances for free. It's one paper back and front. We call it financial needs analysis. So we get the one paper back and front. We help them fill out the blanks, make sure everything's good. We help them on a couple things on the spot, and then later on we go back to our office, do some estimates and quotes, call them back, help them out with the rest. That's it.
Shut up.
But your question, digital. Now since COVID, people started doing Zoom presentations, so now everybody's just doing Zoom because you don't have no overhead. You don't got to pay for an office, so you just do it from home.
How are you finding clients now?
Referrals, like always. Referrals and training agents to get promoted. That's it.
That is pretty dope.
Like, dude, I'm training some kid right now, and I helped his mom yesterday. Last night, I got paid for helping his mom set up a policy. Just stuff like that. Parents, aunts, uncles, family members.
And then earlier you were talking about how this all started sort of after graduation, that you realized you didn't want to go to college.
Right. Yeah, we completely went off. So then my mom, I wanted to go down, like creating YouTube videos and stuff. You guys.
I saw some of the videos.
You haven't posted in a while though.
I haven't posted in a while because I've been putting so much effort on making sure that my business flows. Because at the beginning of COVID, I posted a video every single day.
I remember these.
Now it was only for 2 weeks, and I know that usually that's not a lot of time. But dude, it drained me.
Yeah,
like I would stay up
every day.
Every day.
You made some very. Well, in those first 2 weeks, I was looking at them today. You made some very nice thumbnails.
Yeah, I like photography.
And his editing was good too.
That was alright. It could have been better, but it was alright. Thank you.
Yeah, you had some dope, just a bunch of dope thumbnails, especially towards the beginning. Towards the end, I saw you reusing some of the same pictures and everything. But I get it's a lot of work.
Dude, I would stay up to like 2, 3 in the morning editing these things and making sure everything's good and watching over it again to make sure it took a lot. It drained me, dude. It just got to a point where you're trying to produce something every day for people to see and get an entertainment from. And dude, you're just drained.
Yeah, but if it's something that's draining you, then it's probably better. You're better off, stepping away and maybe a video a week or 2 a week, but every day, it's insane.
I was like, let me see every day. Maybe this is people are doing this every day. Let me see how it feels like. Oh, it sucks, bro.
Everybody that's ever vlogged daily has always said it's like super toxic and how they've always ended up stopping vlogging. Like Logan Paul, Roman Atwood, Casey Neistat, Jesse Wellens, like all these people vlogged daily, and they all just end up saying it's toxic, it ruins relationships, it ruins everything. Because it just puts you in a state of mind where all you need is content.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
But if they're not editing their own videos, they shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, you still need to come up with all these ideas.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, bro. That's tough. We can barely find guests. Imagine having to come up with an idea for a 7-minute video every day.
Keep in mind, you also have to be on top of your finances and making sure that you have enough money to pay the editor to edit your video, to maintain your equipment. It's a lot of numbers and a lot of ideas at the same time in your head. This guy's going to be sending you a whole bunch of videos, making sure that it's good or not. And
yeah, on YouTube, you were doing kind of the same
niche.
Where you gave out like financial advice and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. You were like the next like Gordon Ramsay or like
what?
I was what? Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, I was cooking. I was cooking up so much like
Gordon Ramsay. I mean,
so much good content.
Cooking up
What's
all
his name?
these.
What's his name? The other guy.
There's so many financial guys.
Yeah,
I don't have any clue.
Not Gordon Ramsay. My bad. I forgot.
I had a question about one of your YouTube videos. I wrote it down. You had a YouTube video about how to be confident. Mm-hmm. Tell us, please. I need your help.
Dude, it took me so long to take the picture for that thumbnail. Like, I put like 2 pictures together. And
wait, was that the one where you were in the okay?
Yeah. What about it? How to be confident? So you're asking basically how to be confident.
What you put in that video? Summarize it and let us know.
Honestly, dude, I don't remember what I put, but I've learned about confidence over the past time more than I have at that point, and confidence honestly just roots from. I love the topic of confidence, but I'm not gonna get on a tangent. Very straightforward. Confidence is something that you gain by having. Not confidence. I'm not gonna use the same word. okay, knowing your craft. If you're going to talk about a certain subject, doesn't matter what it is, that's why humility comes into the subject as well. You have to be humble enough to understand that there are certain things, that certain limits in your mind and your understanding that you can't pass. If someone's going to ask you for advice or something, you have to know your limits. And it's okay, you know, sometimes you're not going to know everything. I don't know everything. I'm not saying I'm Jesus or nothing, but, you know, you don't know nothing. Like, you know, there's things I still haven't learned. Real estate is a super awesome market. I almost don't know nothing about it. And so with what you want to have, whenever you want to have confidence in something specifically, learn about it. Educate yourself. You don't have to read a whole bunch of books if you don't want to. I now mostly listen to audiobooks, or I just watch YouTube videos. That's literally what I did. I would watch YouTube videos like all day. I had no bills or nothing, so I watched videos almost all day on these topics. Took notes, listened to audios while I'm working out, doing stuff, and you're just taking information. It's literally taking in information. And when people ask you about it, you gain confidence about it. And it's just knowing your stuff. Just knowing your stuff. Make sure you know your stuff. That's confidence. Because that way you can, you know, go ahead and approach and stuff like that. But I remember I said there was a formula. And it was, honestly, I copied another YouTube video. I saw a video of the confidence formula. And I made another video. I forgot what the formula was. But whatever. That's basically it.
So just be educated on what you want to be confident about, basically.
Yeah, just know your stuff. You know your stuff. And if someone asks you a video, that's an awesome question. Let me get back to you on it.
Okay. So if you don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know. But if you want to know, you can learn about it. Because either way, it'll serve as experience for yourself and for others later on in the future. You know.
You said you were watching a lot of videos. The time do you still read like as much as you used to? Yeah.
Oh, as much as I used to, no.
Well, you had less time. You had less time.
Less time now, yeah.
Is there one book you would say that like changed how you looked at everything?
So I always. Let me see. I always go back to. There's a whole bunch of awesome books that I read, dude. Right now, I'm reading The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's freaking awesome, dude. But it's a book like this thick. It's super good.
You remember the author? That's tough.
It's super cool. He's wrote a whole bunch of kids' books.
Yeah,
it's like
he's had a bunch of books too.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of kids' books too. It's like the little logo with the little penguin.
He also wrote The Art of Seduction, right?
Yeah, The Art of Seduction. It's super good. But I would recommend the first book that got me into all of this. The reason I am the way, obviously, God put me in this position, and I'm eternally grateful for that. But He allowed for me to be in contact with my first book that I fully read from front to back, and I loved. It was called, it's cheesy, but it was called Adulting 101. And it had the most extreme cover and everything, but it was very small, like this. And it taught you about making sure that when you buy a home, it's the proper way. When you finance a vehicle, how to go about that process, negotiating relationships with people, stuff like that. And it walked you through the whole process of Adulting 101.
So literally how to be an adult. That sounds nice.
Yeah. And so I read about it, and it got me hooked on the subject of improving yourself and growing. And since that moment on, so I always recommend the book.
And what are some of your other favorite books then?
The one I'm reading right now is freaking awesome, dude. 48 Laws of Power. It just puts you at a completely different mind. Outwitting the Devil is another one by Napoleon Hill. There's one, obviously, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and Rich Dad Poor Dad, for sure. Those would be one of the first books that people read immediately right off the bat, just to put them in a proper mindset.
What, Rich Dad?
Rich Dad Poor Dad, yeah. Okay. To put yourself in a proper mindset to understand the economy, the world, people. That book definitely teaches you confidence, for sure. And then, honestly, you just read that book and you talk to anybody about anything.
And then in one of your thumbnails, I saw a book that our friend talks very highly about, or at least he's always recommended to me, is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. What's it called?
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
That one, that's what it's called. You like that book or no?
I like it. It's I've heard super good things about it. I read it as well. I don't remember a bunch about it. It was a super long time ago, but I would recommend it, but it's not one of those types of books that really like engrave itself into my heart and like it's like I love this book forever. But yeah, if people feel down, there is a book I do recommend. It's called The Dip. It's also on that thumbnail. It's blue. It's tiny. It's like this little. It's pretty good.
What happens if you buy the dip and it keeps dipping?
Well, then you buy.
Fuck. You heard that, guys? If you have Bitcoin, don't worry. Keep buying.
What do you think about all these cryptos?
I love crypto. It's super interesting. It's super, super interesting. I have a couple investments also. I invest in a platform that expand. Okay, do you guys understand what mutual funds are? Regardless, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna expand it very briefly. For those of you who don't know what mutual funds basically are like a basket of the top 500 companies in the United States, and you put X amount into a mutual fund account, and they distribute your capital is money, into all those companies, and you earn a percentage off of all the earnings for the year for that company. So this is kind of the same idea, except it's throughout all types of crypto.
I've been trying to find that, like an ETF for or something like that.
ETF for crypto?
Yeah, but there's none. There's none right now.
Yeah, this company's been around for a couple of years. They've expanded to different things as well, wine, gold, stuff like that. So it's very underground, so to speak.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. But I love crypto. It's pretty cool.
What about NFTs? The blockchain.
I wanted to. Honestly, I was talking to Chris Sibaja, like my
Okay.
friend stuff, and I was talking to him about it, and I was like, "Dog, this is freaking crazy, bro. There's people out here just drawing pictures of their mom and
That
Like,
one
JPEGs.
that one
JPEGs.
project that went viral. Of the
Didn't
kid who
Ralph-
took selfies of himself. There was a kid who took selfies of himself for like a year straight, and then he posted them as NFTs,
bruh.
and they went viral. They're going for a lot of
my
money right now,
goodness.
like thousands of dollars each.
It's so crazy, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, usually the most ridiculous things are the things to most capitalize on, especially when they start. But it's so crazy, bro. Doesn't Ralph like his Instagram profile picture? Like,
Yeah,
He,
it's an
he
NFT.
made he made his own.
But
NFT.
I don't think that's the one he made, because he only showed us a drawing. He wasn't like
No, I think the drawing.
But it wasn't even
And
colored.
then he sent it to somebody for him to make it.
oh, okay, well then maybe.
I'm gonna talk to him about that later because I have some thoughts about it. But anyways,
We love Ralph. He's been on here twice now.
yeah, I saw him. He was on the beginning of Danny's, and then he had his own video.
Yeah, funny
But
guy.
I wanted to make an NFT with Chris. We just haven't been able to do it or nothing. But I wanted to make a whole NFT line about chess pieces, custom different chess pieces. If you have a pawn, image of a pawn, a whole bunch of different styles and types. You guys can steal it. I honestly don't care at this point anymore. But that's what I already said it anyway. So somebody's gonna do it. But I have these images in my head that I really want to produce. Like kings, a whole bunch of different types. It's pretty cool. But we just haven't done it.
You're into
No, I
kings
just-
and queens.
What? Oh, like chess?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
I mean,
talking
I
about
think
the
it's
song,
fun.
Like the kings and I don't know how to go.
I don't know. I think chess is fun. That's about it.
I love chess, dude. It's my favorite game. The only favorite from board
Bring
game.
out a chessboard.
No, I'm not. I'm not
kidding.
good. I just think it's a fun game.
Yeah, we can stay for like 2 hours. I'm like,
Downloaded that chess app. I'm still on the beginner level. I'll make my way up.
We're gonna put a poll on the screen.
No, we're not.
Who's
No,
gonna
we're fucking
Who's
not.
gonna win at chess?
Listen, you guys see that imaginary thing? There's nothing there.
You're gonna put a poll.
fun fact, the reason why chess is super interesting, at least for me, especially since, knowing about all the business stuff or whatever, when you get into big business, so to speak, or you start learning about it, and you know how to play chess, or at least generally, chess is about making sure your pieces, knowing what they do, and making sure you play them the right way. Same thing in life, in general, and especially in business. So it's super awesome. Like, anybody that knows how to play chess probably knows how to run a business.
Really? I just see it as like fucking the other guy.
Sorry.
Perfect time to stop.
Pause.
Unpause.
That was great.
That was a solid clap.
What the fuck are you doing up there? Oh, that was smooth.
Smooth Criminal.
That's a good song too.
Which one?
Smooth Criminal.
By who?
Michael Jackson.
No, the other guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Really?
Michael Jordan, that guy.
Michael Jordan.
There you go. No,
You never heard it?
whoever made the remix.
You mean you're talking about Polo G?
Polo G, the remix.
Oh, you guys are being serious.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber is great. We've talked about him on every episode.
Justin Bieber.
He's been
JB.
mentioned in every episode.
That's his what's it called? Stanley does for Marvel all the time. His cameo.
What?
Justin Bieber's cameo. You know what a cameo is?
Yeah, but where did he cameo?
Justin Bieber's cameo that he's in every single.
Oh,
video.
okay.
Oh, I don't know what a cameo is. I know what a camel.
Oh, like
toe-
know what
Steve.
cameo is?
What's? I apologize for what I'm about to say. The old guy that died from Marvel. What was his name?
Oh, Stanley.
Stanley.
Yeah, he cameoed in all the movies.
Yeah.
That's
That was disrespectful to the Marvel community.
why I apologize.
That's fine. I tried out for Captain America, so
Really?
technically, No.
Little acting.
There you go. That
In my
movie
dream-
came out
in my
so
dream.
long ago.
I don't know.
He was the
He
child.
was the first
He
Avenger.
was a child.
He was the first Avenger.
He's actually my favorite superhero for real. I love
Captain America.
Really?
Yeah.
Say it every time. I'll say I like Flash.
For real?
Who do you like?
Which one? The
I already you asked me exactly the same exact question.
Okay, well I
last
forgot.
podcast.
Who do you like?
Iron Man.
Oh, that's right.
It's the
he
first
looks like
movie
a
I
type
ever
of-
saw.
He looks like the type of guy to like Iron Man.
He is the type of guy that like Iron Man. He also acts. He also acts like Tony Stark. Kind of like him.
Yeah.
See it?
A little bit of an
The
The
asshole
resemblance.
sometimes.
No, big time asshole sometimes.
An
Sometimes
narcissistic billionaire playboy.
that fits well.
Just the narcissistic part.
Not the billionaire. Not yet. Not yet.
Or the playboy.
Hopefully.
Or the playboy.
Oh.
Anyways, where were we?
I don't even.
Let's take a look at my.
We were talking about
Handy book.
We were talking about
YouTube
NFTs.
videos. Oh yeah, NFTs.
He has nothing.
Oh, so you finished NFTs. That was the last.
No,
No, he has a lot of questions to ask. He just,
they're not even questions. Those are just a bunch of keywords that I look at and it makes me think of stuff.
To bring up.
Jesus.
What about him?
who are you, Jesus?
I already said I'm not, bro. You can't. What's it called?
That's the
Expose me.
title.
Samuel Matos is
Is
Jesus.
Jesus.
Samuel Matos is Jesus exposed.
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 Wait, that makes it better.
Gone sexual. Gone sexual.
Oh my goodness.
No, but you're very
Religious.
there you go. That's the
You
word.
are, bro.
I see,
And
I
I
see
love.
a lot of. Shut
I
the
love,
fuck up! I'm trying to talk,
yes.
asshole.
I love your post on Instagram every single day. I just watch your story.
Dang, bro. I'll pray
It's
about
always
it tonight.
nice.
I'll let God know. I'll put your ticket in for heaven. That's all right. You're good. I'll put a good word.
So
for
he is Jesus.
He's
Exposed.
he's at least an angel.
Oh man.
Angels are super scary, dude.
What
Why?
got
They look weird. They look like. I
You've
don't
seen
know if
one?
You guys seen no, but they've like people have made like have created AI systems that have read the Bible and then based on the text produced images, like AI images of what they look like. It's super creepy, dude.
That is very fascinating.
They look like I don't even know. The word that comes to mind is labyrinth. I don't think that has nothing to do with it, but it's like a circle. You know when a circle intertwines with another circle and then it's like a whole like going like this spinning.
Okay.
Like that,
okay, yeah.
with eyes all over the place and wings.
Are they black or white wings?
I don't know. I think like
Why do you have to bring race into this?
It's not race. It's the wings.
I don't know. I think they're just
Fuck you.
very. I think it's probably like a collection of different colors. I don't know the ranges. but-
What type of YouTube
Fascinating.
rabbit hole did you go into to find out that they?
No,
they,
TikTok.
TikTok's
Oh,
also
your
good.
algorithm is.
Yeah, man.
it's
You have an
intense.
odd algorithm, yeah.
Your shit's intense.
Yeah, but I take information so fast that I see it, I click it, go to the account, look at the things, skim over the edge, and then that's it. Or the top. And that's
Nah, I look at the comments more than the account.
it. I
me too.
never look at the comments.
What?
Dude,
My
I love
girlfriend-
comments.
my
You are missing out.
My girlfriend literally looks at the comments all the time, and I just
I love comments.
You have a girlfriend.
yeah.
That's nice.
I wish I had a girlfriend.
Good job.
It's okay. It's okay. You're good.
You'll get there one day, buddy.
You gotta give some advice to Brian about that.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, whoa,
Damn,
whoa.
damn. His own brother calling him.
Give us
out.
some relationship advice.
I don't know, in relation to just relationships in general or like specific things.
Whatever you want, man.
First and foremost, what should you look for in a girl?
What do I look for in a
Yeah. What should you in
Well,
general?
there you go. Everybody's
In
different.
general.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit. I personally, obviously, like how we talked about, I'm religious. You know, I believe in God and I believe in the Bible and that it is the truth, no matter what. So, biblically speaking, which at the end of the day, when you connect it to morals and humanity in general, it just makes sense. Everything falls in place. So, by nature, man and women have been created to obviously produce different roles. Man has been created to produce, work, build. That's why we have such a drive inside of us to like do better, to improve, to build new things, and we get excited by that. And women, in a sense, kind of. Women, I just don't want to like. Let's say women. Kind
So
of,
women are
Canceled.
trash.
Canceled.
okay, look, women have a drive to be very. Some women also have a drive to obviously, produce and do similar things that men do. But their mind works differently. Women are emotional beings. Men are logical beings. So women have been created to support, to support. Support. That's what they've been. They're, biblically speaking, if you go back to the word, you can't get mad at me. This is what the Bible says. They're the helper. Man's helper. They're a helper. They support. The man obviously produces for the family, for the woman as well. And it's just kind of like helps each other out. The man's down. There's a wife to support him. Being an emotional being, helping out or whatever.
As a feminist myself, I wouldn't mind if my woman was laying bricks and I was home chilling, watching TV
Stay-at-home
shows.
dad. A stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, like, for example, because I know what I said was pretty, like, very specific and stuff. But
Say it with your chest.
Even if, let's say the roles were switched, so to speak, mentally, or situationally, the woman's the one winning the bread. The guy's the homekeeper, the ones that takes care of the home. They still were created with the same mentality. The men, with the gifts that he's been given as a man, has to play his role as a man and do what he's supposed to. If he's taking care of the home, he does it with the same intent as he would if he was taking care of a job or his business or whatever. Women, the same way, produce to support and grow. Just the way it is. Regardless, everybody's supposed to grow and build their life anyway. So,
Do you go to church?
every Sunday and every Saturday.
This is why when I messaged him to come on the podcast, he was like, Sundays are off limits. That's my day.
Did you actually say that?
No, I said I got COVID and I couldn't.
No, you said I'm free this day to this day.
I said I'm
Sunday
free.
is my,
I said I'm free every day, bro. It's we're in America first off, and
it's every day,
by
bro.
the grace of God, I've been saved, and we're free every day. Anyways,
It's every day, bro.
Yep, exactly. Anyways, this guy is canceled. What do you want?
Were you always religious? Did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in a Christian family, within a Christian family, and in a sense, I always had that on my mind and everything. I officially became, I guess, saved and baptized around the same time, like around 12, 13 years old, and 2012 and 2013. And my walk ever since has been always, I feel like, honestly, God has always had his hand on me my whole life. Like, for example, the accident I was telling you that I had a couple weeks ago, it was crazy, bro. Like, if you saw the pictures, I was turning left on 4th Avenue. I was turning left to the left lane. I was in the middle lane, turning left. Some guy came up speeding like crazy, and I didn't see him, and I was turning into the lane. And he hit my rear fender, and my car
spun out.
I spun out. I hit the curb. I went up, hit a tree, spun 360, like upside down, hit another tree, and then landed on the other side. Wait,
of the road. Hold up. When was this?
A couple weeks ago, the 30th of December.
And how do you know this?
Dude,
So,
I know.
Wait. I'd like to.
I was stuck in traffic saying, who's the fucking idiot who fucking crashed? I was so mad because I took like 20 minutes. Was it between the Chick-fil-A next to the airport? Dude, it was that car accident. Bro.
You didn't get down and help your friend?
I didn't even recognize, I didn't even know
Fucking
where he
asshole. I
was.
going all over the place.
Now you're canceled.
No, when I got there, the accident already happened. But I feel like it happened like a few minutes before
It happened at 12:30 on the dot is when the guy hit me.
12:30. That's the time I was like leaving home, going to Amelia Earhart Park. And that's why I was like stuck in traffic. I'm like, damn, this fucking traffic. Now, I was listening to Isaiah the Player. Isaiah the Player on my way to Amelia Earhart.
Shout out to Isaiah.
Damn.
But you mentioned all the spins. So while you were in the car spinning, were you counting? Were you like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's two. Or
I just felt the amount of times that my body, like the center of gravity, shifted.
okay. No, it's just curious.
Yeah. I felt myself upside down. Then I felt myself upside down again.
But you're fine.
Guy almost died.
I know.
You're
I'm saying,
making fun of him.
you can
He's
laugh
like,
about
"Did
it
you
when
count the
someone
spins?"
survives.
It's just a reality. It's just things like, Ben's talking about it.
But how'd you feel afterwards? Like, were you hurt or?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's why I talked about it. Because nobody can tell me God ain't real. Like, literally nobody can tell me God is real.
He's not. I just told you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
okay,
love
my
Jesus.
bad. Yeah, you
But
you can say whatever you want. That's fine. I can't say that because people can say whatever they want. Whatever. Anyways, whatever. The point is
kidding,
that
I'm kidding. Go
during
ahead.
the whole process, I was like this. It just felt like a very like a modern roller coaster. Like I was pretty in my seat, just like. checking
Did you
it.
go like this?
Like this?
So you did a whole
Those are the same
360.
movements.
Like
You guys did-
no.
So-
this is like okay. This is like your car's going boom, boom, boom. But like, let's say you're going straight and you went like this. So you did like a
Exactly. I went like this.
whoa, and then you landed flat. That was like a perfect.
So the way you explained it, it sounds like one of those things where, like you're in the car, you're spinning, but you're just holding onto the wheel, and it's like some nice mellow music just playing. It's nice.
I was pretty calm in the process of it. I got like literally, it's not even that deep, dude. I had like 2 little scratches from the glass, and then that's it. I had no body pain, no nothing. I got out of the car perfectly fine. Helped the guy that hit me, helped him out of the car.
Was he fine or?
He like messed up his hand a little bit or whatever at the beginning because his steering wheel snapped when he hit me.
Damn.
But
He was the one in the race car, right?
yeah,
So he had one of those like racer wheels where you can like snap on, snap off.
I didn't see honestly. He had a 2014 Scion for us, so I don't know.
Damn.
You remember his plate?
I have a picture of it.
Bin number.
He had whatever. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say something else, but whatever. Anyways,
Who was at fault? Was it technically your fault or was it his?
it ended up being my fault technically,
Uh-huh.
but it sucks. But whatever, things happen.
If you might have
Not
had
your
one of those
fault.
camera things, you could have been like the asshole speeding.
You know, funny thing about that incident, I did go past it and I was like, fuck, whoever crashed, motherfucker. And then after I passed it, I'm like, you know what? I hope they're okay. I was like, I hope whatever happened.
Now you
they're
know.
nice people.
Now you know. It wasn't God. It was this guy right
Diego.
here.
It
this
was
guy,
me.
for sure.
After I was like, make sure this guy's good.
There you go. Okay, no man, it was God. He asked God to make sure you were fine.
Alrighty, what's
That's crazy.
Do you guys have any more? I guess.
Any more questions?
Questions or thoughts?
I wanted to ask about your photography. Yeah, I know you used to really like even on your Instagram account. If you go to the beginning, it's mostly just photography and stuff. Do you still into that or what?
I'm into it. I don't pursue it or nothing because my head's focused on like that. Remember, there's a lot of I think
Phases?
not phases. I feel like God's given me a lot of gifts and different things, and within its own time, I learned about a whole bunch of things. But I'm in a different season of my life now where I can't do everything I want to. So I still have that creative juice and flowing stuff, and I use it in different things. But photography, for now, I don't like really dive into it like that. I just honestly I do a whole bunch of things, but I don't know people like that. For example, I drum in my church, and I love drumming.
Really? Oh, that's fascinating.
But
Can you bring out the drums?
Yeah.
Crew, please.
Over
Don't
here?
worry, they're setting him up over there. They'll be here anytime now.
Yeah.
This guy.
He
You see,
had to
you.
tune it because he said he broke the head over there, so he had to.
Yeah.
change it out.
Sorry to interrupt. It's just when you got here, you mentioned how I was so mean to this guy. Do you see why? Because he's an asshole.
Well, I had a little funny.
Let him finish your story. Go ahead. Continue
I don't
about
know
your
what I was
story.
saying.
You were drumming.
Oh yeah, no, not drumming. Just like I do a whole bunch of things, but for example, I drum and I don't even know any famous drummers or nothing. I just do it because I like it.
Okay, I got you.
That's it. So, anyways,
No, I was gonna say, since you mentioned him counting the flips when he was in the car, I can see him like blasting pepas while he was like through the like pepa. Yeah, what?
I was actually listening to an audio at the same time, and all my electronics in my car continued. Everything was perfect inside. Nothing was touched.
I fear that. One day I get into a car accident and I'm listening. It's one of those times where I'm listening to sad music, and then I'm just knocked out, and then the cops come and they're like, "Oh, this guy's a bitch. This guy's a bitch." Okay,
No,
maybe
but-
I thought that was funny. Than it was.
You did you are Jesus. So I would ask. I wanted to ask, and this question has been asked in other podcasts. If you had the chance, would you kill Hitler?
That has nothing to do with religion. I wouldn't, but that has nothing to do with religion.
Why?
As a Christian man,
You wouldn't. Why?
Why would it? Because he played his role in time, and I don't want to mess with that. You guys watched Avengers and stuff.
Watched Avengers.
You know how the timeline works.
Yeah, like you guys.
No, but-
Inception, by the way, has nothing to do with time. It's about you're in a dream, and a dream, and a dream, and a dream.
So he just keeps waking. He just keeps waking up.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
spoil it for me, guys. I'm gonna watch it eventually.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
a long movie. You should watch it.
It's pretty good. Also, The Matrix is also pretty good too.
I also want to watch Interstellar.
I haven't seen. I think
That was a good one.
Dude, I'm sorry. I actually haven't watched any of the Matrix movies except for this last one. And I must say, maybe it's because I don't know what was
You
going
didn't
on.
understand
but that shit
anything.
was terrible.
In my opinion, the first 3 are way better.
Oh, so you watched the new one? And
I
you
saw
thought it was bad?
Yeah.
You didn't
See?
understand any.
Yeah, but it was
any-
still
any-
sucked.
So like,
It was so weird, but whatever.
I watched Fast and Furious 5 or 6 without having watched the previous movies, and I thought it was a great movie.
Fast Five, right? That was the one in Rio, in Brazil, something like that.
The one, never mind, I'm done. Never mind.
Any favorite movies?
My favorite movies are, well, I mean, as recently, The Matrix for sure. But all-time favorite has always been the Transformers. All the movies of
That was a good
Transformers.
choice.
Megan Fox.
And I used to say Fast and Furious, and I like Fast and Furious, but I think that Matrix kind of like beat it.
I'll have to watch them.
Like movie like you're not into like Marvel at all.
I love Marvel as well, but like dude, there's so many movies. Like how am I gonna
Like best movie franchise? Would you say it's like Marvel?
In Marvel?
No, just overall.
In general?
Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter as well, but it's been a while since I watched
Just
it.
naming stuff. Lord of the Rings.
I haven't watched Lord of the
Star
Rings.
Wars.
That's a big franchise. That hasn't even ended.
Yeah.
Still going.
Those are probably the two
The
biggest
Marvel
ones.
and either though. They're
I mean,
going to a whole
the
different-
Fast and Furious franchise is pretty big too,
Oh, that's
and the Marvel franchise.
No, I'm saying like Star Wars, Marvel is probably the two biggest. I would think.
Marvel and
Harry
Star Wars?
Potter. Harry Potter.
What about DC?
DC movies suck.
They're yeah.
Or so I've heard. To be honest, I watched them. I don't even think they're that bad.
Don't you like the Flash?
Yeah. Well, I like the character,
Not the
movie.
Which one though? Which Flash? Because there's a lot.
The
Yeah, I was
comics.
gonna say
No,
that.
not the comics, but the cartoons. I like the Flash and the
Cartoon Flash.
cartoons.
Oh yeah, like Justice League type.
Exactly. There you
I
go.
love those. Yeah.
Young Justice was cool too.
Young Justice. I think DC's now kind of like trying to make a comeback. There's a Batman movie coming out in a couple months. I think it's kind of gonna suck to be honest, but I think it'll lay pretty good grounds for the rest of the movies coming out.
They're also doing a lot on HBO. Like they have the Peacemaker, but besides the Peacemaker, for the at least in the cartoon world.
Dude, I didn't like Peacemaker.
What?
Like, tried
I think it's
watching
so
it, and I was
good.
like, dog, I can't watch this.
Well, the first episode's a little bit rough, but once you get past it, it's a lot better.
I'll take your word for it.
But also in the cartoons thing, like Young Justice, they brought that back, and I think they've brought out like 2 new seasons already.
Peacemakers and Young Justice.
No.
Oh, you're
Those-
talking about just Young Justice.
Yeah, I'm talking about on HBO. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Peacemaker's on there, and then Young Justice they brought
Got
back,
it.
and they started doing new seasons. But they're doing a lot on there too.
Are you watching anything like recently? Do you don't have time?
I haven't watched a series in such a long time. It's just like I'm very picky when it comes to movies and shows and stuff. I don't think I'm watching anything. If I obviously I can't think about it, then I don't think I'm watching anything right now. I can't remember. I have to go back to my HBO Max account. But
What's your favorite service? Netflix,
service
Hulu,
provider?
HBO.
I don't even know, dude. I just go through all of them, whatever has the shows that I like, and then I just rotate.
There's so many now.
That's a lot.
Made Netflix stock price drop.
Jesus. Are you married?
It's Promise Ring.
And what? You don't have a? That's like the work one that you use.
I use it because it's just flexible. Like
No.
I use it for everything, and just I move around and I shower with it and everything. Anyways,
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
we hit 2 years officially dating in July. So what? We're about here February, March, April, May, June, July. 6. Yeah, so a year and 6 months.
And did you guys meet? No, you
Yeah.
met outside of school then.
We met outside of school in the business.
Oh no, where you work right now? So you work together currently? Mm-hmm. Nice. What'd she think when you almost died?
I mean, obviously, it's something pretty shocking. She, obviously asked me, "Are you okay?" She FaceTimed me, called me, made sure I was okay and everything was good, making sure that I wasn't hurt and everything was situated fine. But
That's a good question. I'm sorry. So you got out of the car. You're fine, right? You got out of the car. Jesus, you're alive. Who was the first person you called?
Mom.
Oh, okay.
That's the first.
Not the cops.
no, I didn't even know. My head was going so crazy. I felt like I was on adrenaline. I was literally on adrenaline. Like I had so many things on my head. When I feel like any sort of imbalance in my mind, I get so uncomfortable, dude. Like adrenaline, tiredness, everything is just super stupid.
And what'd you say? Mom, I'm alive.
No, mom.
Dude, actually, I was like, She was like, hello? And I was like, I got a car accident 4th Avenue. You drive up, you're going to be able to find me. It was really bad, whatever. Come now as soon as you can, whatever. I not hung up, but she was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm going now, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's
Okay, cool.
Sounds okay.
She didn't know you flipped like 3 times, right?
Until I got there.
Yeah, okay.
Until she got there.
She's like, the car's upside down. What happened?
No, the car was actually straight. It was good.
Yeah, bro.
Car's broken.
But,
And what were you thinking? Like you the car stops. How long were you in the car before you got out?
Did you like?
Did you take a second, meditate a little bit?
This was shocking.
exhaled. I didn't take that much time, honestly. I was very, exhaled a little bit. I think I called my mom. No, I didn't call my mom yet. I got my phone, because on my phone, I had it, on my dash, and I was listening to an audio there, and then in the process of everything, it felt, far away, so I went, beep, 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 my Apple Watch.
Hey Siri, find my phone.
Bro, I grabbed it. I, obviously got it. I got out of the car. I helped the kid out of his car, make sure everybody's good. I was like, bro, you good? You good? Everybody's good? Whatever. And then as I was getting my other belongings from my car and making sure everything's good, I called my mom as I'm doing everything, and then just waited.
Also, tell them to
Bro.
lower their voice.
You know who else does insurance? His mom.
They're the person talking very loudly.
What type?
Insurance.
You wanted to get
Health
you
insurance.
wanted to do insurance, right?
No,
She
I
got
was,
you
I
into
was
it?
I was just like, hey guys, if you want insurance, let me know. My mom does insurance, and she said she'll pay me for bringing you. So
As a referral fee?
She does
Exactly.
regular Obamacare type stuff, right?
that stuff, yeah.
Healthcare right now is pretty booming given the situation of the whole world.
Everybody's dying.
What's Obama's last name, Brian?
It's Barack.
Prime?
Prime Energy.
Obama Prime.
We're just saying things at this point. There was something else I wanted.
Go ahead.
Did you walk out the door, or was the door broken? Did you have to climb out the window?
It was a little bit stuck, but I forced it open and I got out of the car.
You did have your seatbelt on, right?
Yeah.
I
That's why I
think
was
it
just
would've-
like this. I was just...
The seatbelt locked, right? The seatbelt locked and everything.
I think so.
What car was it?
A 2014 Volkswagen Jetta. I had it for 18 days.
18 days. So it was like, Brian, what, did you take out a lease or you bought it?
No, I was financing it.
Oh, finance it?
Yeah.
Damn. So it kind of proved the durability test right out of the
Yeah,
lot.
the crash is definitely 100%, dude. I love it. It was so... That car is so awesome, dude.
Does that have ambient lighting as well? Like in the...
Ambient lighting, no.
No?
But it was such a freaking awesome, dude. It was... Not awesome, dude. That's kind of... It's an awesome car. I got such a good deal on that car. It was so... I had 70,000 miles, and I paid $9,000 for it.
70,000 miles, $9,000. $9,000.
For a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta. Dude, it was freaking awesome, bro.
2014. That's a pretty... I think that's a
So good,
good
dude.
price range.
Sure, man.
Spam risk.
Yo, my phone doesn't
scam
even. My phone
like
doesn't say that stuff. It just shows me the number.
I just... Any unknown caller, I just turned it off.
Really, I always answer.
I think I turned it on now because I was waiting.
I have to answer just because of
Oh, that's right. I always answer. I'm like, hello, and then they never talk.
Yeah, they just stay quiet or say something, a couple words, and then the call ends randomly.
We've been trying to reach you, but your car's extended warranty insurance.
I know someone. They answer the phone and they say the person's like, "Hey, my name is Julie. Hey, Julie, how's it going?" He's on the call.
Yeah.
But
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
There you go, dude. Go ahead. That's
That's
your
a great
question.
question.
5 years or 10 years?
No, I'm not gonna ask that question.
We'll stick to 5. I'll ask the question then. Bitch. Just in case we make this a clip.
May God bless you.
What?
Why not?
I don't know. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? So
At
I'm
the
gonna
strip club.
I'm gonna reiterate what Ralph said. Just but I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more. Yes, wherever the Lord wills for me to be within the next 5 years and stuff. But we are called to continue work and everything. He will provide and allow us opportunities to serve, and I as a servant I will continue to serve and do what I can with the opportunities he provides. And until then, till 5 years, that's it. As far as everything else wise, I mean, I guess we'll see and stuff, but I'm working towards obviously bigger numbers. So it's like,
Did you ever stem away from religion
No.
growing up?
Never.
Not at all.
ever,
So even when I met you back in high school,
ever.
You were always going to like church and stuff on Sundays.
Always.
I didn't even know that side of you. We were just making pieces in ceramics. That's all I knew about Samuel. We didn't just sit down, make some pieces, have a good time.
So when you got baptized at the age of like 12 or 13, I think you said, was that your decision or your parents?
Mine. No, it was mine.
Oh, at that age you were like, yeah, I want to get. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was baptized when I was born. Didn't have a choice, so I'm automatically
Yeah, me too.
Introduced
Catholic?
to that.
If you were born in Cuba, yeah, you're probably Catholic.
Yeah.
You're Cuban, right? Or
I was born here, but I guess my roots were Cuban. Everybody's Cuban, so.
you ever been back?
Been what? Back?
Back to Cuba? You ever gone?
I never been in the first place.
Never been.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I haven't traveled anywhere except for Florida. But
You haven't traveled outside of Florida?
No, but my dad is in the military, and when he graduated his boot camp, I did go for a couple of days to just see that, and that was it.
Do you want to travel?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Anywhere you want to go specifically? Like right now.
Colorado. I want to go to Colorado. I want to visit a couple states. I want to go to Greece. Just kind of honestly, my mind is such a different place right now. If I go to anywhere, it would just be to see, would I want to live here, see how nice the views are, build my custom home here, maybe with like this here, and get inspiration for.
Do you like the cold?
I don't mind the cold. I know the cold now. It's just
Because
because
you're not
Florida.
going to like Colorado.
That's what the last guest was like, I want to move to Colorado. And then he says, you like the cold? He's like, no, not at all.
Then
yeah. That shit was funny.
some people have. I know a couple people that have two. They have several properties, and they spend 6 months in one and 6 months in another state.
Like a vacation. That's not a vacation home. You live there.
Yeah.
You ever tried thinking about moving to Puerto Rico for
Taxes.
tax purposes?
My girl's from Puerto Rico, or her
Really?
family. Yeah. She, I don't know what I'm talking about her. Just Puerto Rico to avoid tax things. I don't know. I haven't really.
To avoid taxes.
I don't know. Whatever you said.
I'm not trying to avoid taxes.
Now I want you to know
We
if
wanna
you
live
ever
there.
if you ever blow up and you do that, the IRS is coming for you. They have video evidence.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna be producing opportunities for people anyway, so they can't because I'm a 1099 independent contractor. I make people get jobs, so I make them earn more money, so they can't take anything.
Yeah.
Brian, do you know what a 1099 is?
Taxes.
1099 is, I guess, the contract that independent contractors have, and you produce job. You give jobs to people. You provide jobs for people.
Sorry, this fucking kid was fucking moonwalking over here. He said, cut it. We're going to cut it. Cut.
Uncut.
So, anyways, I kind of want to. Well, you guys. Can
Before you stepped out
So you come here often?
to go do your little
Hey, twinkle.
number one.
your men's business. Boys,
He was telling me he really wanted to talk about social media and how toxic social media is. So
Cancel culture.
Dude, I just want people to like. It just, I don't know, bro. It pisses me off, dude. I literally pray about this every single night. Like, when you hear something, especially when it comes to like the typical things like, "Hey, do what you say, build business, whatever," and everybody's like, "Yeah," or you hear things and you ignore it, because it's like, "Oh, like I've already heard that. I don't need to listen to that, whatever." You have to understand, dude, that the genre and the topic of self-improvement, like, it's not just for you to hear. Like, this is literally, you guys don't understand. Like, when you read about it, if you ever like dive into it or whatever, you'll understand that it's a whole entire world. It's like your mind is at a completely different position as everybody else. And I know it sounds pretty cliche and everything, but dude, like really listen to these people. Like, they not only talk about their life and everything, but it's the truth of, it's a reality of life. Everybody tends to just fall into the convenience of entertainment and enjoyment, and everything's fun and awesome, and it feels nice, and you just go into it because it feels nice and it's cool and everything. But bro, like, life is real. Like, you have to take into, understand that things are gonna happen, no matter what, and you have to be prepared for it. Like, take your life seriously, dude. Like, it makes me so upset, bro. People complaining, kind of like victim mentality, victimizing themselves, not being ignorant to certain topics that they complain about, and not ignorant like you're stupid. Ignorant in the sense of know your stuff before you talk about it. You know, like if you have trouble with something, learn about it before you make a dumb comment about it. That way you're knowledgeable about it, and then you make, your real insight on it. It's just, I don't know, bro.
Just be educated on what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't speak if you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
This kind of
stop
goes
complaining.
into.
Don't complain about anything.
They complain about
take
everything on social
responsibility.
media. Everything.
For real, like, dude, take responsibility for your situation and just figure it out, solve it, that's it, get it over with.
This goes into like what I was speaking about in like in the group chat today when I was just like, us humans, we really tend to like not plan, like at all. Like we kind of just like wait for the problem to appear and then react to it, instead of just like preparing that something like this might happen to me, so I'm gonna prepare for it right now. Now we're kind of like, I'm gonna wait for it to happen to me, like
Procrastinate.
or like you don't like you're not wearing a seatbelt in your car and you're like, I won't flip 3 times. I'm not like Samuel over here, and then something like that does happen to you and you're like, damn, I should have worn my seatbelt. So it's kind of like. Kind of goes into what you were saying about.
Think about it, bro. We postponed the podcast. The accident happened. I probably wouldn't have been here right now. But hey, Sam, I would have never answered ever.
Damn. Oh shit.
That was dark.
That's
You know what I'm
actually.
talking about? Like, that's just life.
Now,
dude.
does your girl have your Instagram?
No, she doesn't have it.
Oh damn. No,
He would. He's like, I would have known.
Yeah, I would have. He would have never responded to me. I
Oh,
would. I would have never
know
seen
what
you.
you're talking about. I was trying to be funny. I actually understand what you're talking about right now. No, she actually doesn't have access to my Instagram. We don't have access to each other's Instagram. That's like mistrust. That's like that
Yeah, I
lays
get what you
roots
mean.
and stuff for mistrust. You don't do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Brian?
It's cool.
Mistrust.
Why you asking me?
Oh, I guess in relationships, dude, people, like, you need to understand, relationships aren't a thing you jump from person to person. Like, you know who you are. First of all, learn who you are. Learn about yourself as much as you can. Find somebody that you find that matches it, for at least for the goal you have. First, you got to figure out what the heck you want to do with your life. Then learn about yourself, match it to that, then find somebody that matches into that plan. When you find that person, stick to them. Don't, like, you're going to go through a whole bunch of crazy things, and it's going to be super stressful. There's going to be tears. There's going to be things broken. There's going to be a lot of stressful things. It's just the way life is, dude. Like, a marriage, a partnership, is you're becoming one person in a sense. Like, you're together. You're a team. You're going to struggle with your teammates. Things happen, dude. But you have to fight through it. Because at the end of the day, once you do that, it's so crazy, dude. That's why you see so many, like, successful partnerships that they're, like, awesome. And you're like, I want to talk to them about this, and I want to talk to them about that, and see what they did with this. Why? Because they went through all the hardship. They went through that. And so, whatever, bro. Anyways.
What do you think about those people who had a partner or and it doesn't work?
It's okay.
And they try constantly,
It's okay,
and it just doesn't work.
It's okay, Diego.
and
It's okay. You don't have to cry.
and it doesn't work, and you keep trying, and it just doesn't work.
So whenever, okay.
And you really think he or she or whatever you identify as
this guy,
is the one.
LGBTQ plus.
We.
Oh, wait, what's the
I don't think that's the
that's the
right
right.
one.
Yeah.
I know.
But that's yeah.
That's for the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I know. I'm just being stupid.
By he, Diego means them.
It doesn't work, and you constantly keep trying,
You want to know how to solve that?
and that you're like, no, this is right for me. This is right for me, and it just doesn't. Like you yourself think, yeah. I feel like it's like your emotions speaking, right? When you're like in a very
That is your source of validation is hooked on and anchored onto the wrong source. People always, as normal, and this always comes to, man, I love this subject. I love these crazy things. At the end of the day, every single person's personality and everything in life comes back to their upbringing, especially the relationship with their father. The father and child relationship is the most important relationship in the entire universe. God, Jesus. First example. It's the source of life. Everything stems from that. So usually when somebody has, that's why usually when you see girls and them having like a whole bunch of boyfriends, relationships everywhere and everything, is because they never got the source of validation from their own personal father in their own life. And they, as women, being emotional beings, try to find that anchor in a man that's firm. And then sometimes, they don't make the right choices. The man is usually a kid, doesn't know anything about life either, and it just ends up being a mess. So it's just understanding where you get your validation from, making sure it's something secure and firm. And once you do that, you start placing boundaries on yourself and everything. And in regards to, you were asking me relationships.
On and
yes or
off.
no. Oh, yes, on and off. The reason why they're on and off with the same person, and it's always like yes and no, is that's so stressful, dude. Here's how you go about it. You sit down with the person, and you say, okay, what you understand. This is you tell them. And since the beginning, you always lay these, and even if it's not at the beginning, you sit them down, and with the moment that you're ready to take things seriously, you sit down with them. And you say, oh, hey, listen, look, this is what I want for my life. I've sat down, I've talked about this, I've thought about this. This is what I want for my life, and I want you to be a part of it, and you be serious with them. If that's the case, then you have a goal, and both of you guys are working together to get to the goal. But if there is no goal, you're constantly going to be under the same thing, and it's annoying. Humans they have the habit of changing and liking a whole bunch of change and everything. And if there's no change, it's annoying, and things end up breaking up, and it's super annoying.
You get bored.
You get bored, and that's why a lot of problems happen. So if there's no goal, you don't work towards nothing. That's what ends up happening.
I understand what he's trying to say, but what you were explaining earlier, it popped in my mind. You were talking about like how social media is toxic, and then he was talking about fathers. Shut up. And you were like, all I could remember was the comments on TikTok saying like fatherless activities.
Oh, those are funny.
And you're like, it kind of goes into what you were saying. I was like, God damn, this is
Many
very
people
true.
may have a father. Your father may be present and not be present at the same time.
What does that mean?
He is physically present, but the place that he places the part in your heart that he fills is empty.
I get you.
You get it? So he's present, but he's not present.
Do you meditate?
Meditation for me is prayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every night?
Every day. Night, second. Prayer, dude, prayer isn't like you sit down and you go like this all the time. That's not what it is. Prayer is literally just talking to God. I talk to God as if he's like my best friend. I listen to audios or whatever, or sermons, I pause it, and I just talk to him about my day. Like, dude, this is crazy, dude. Like, this thing is, I literally talk to him like a person. That's my prayer. And obviously at night, every night, God, thank you for this day. In the morning, thank you for the opportunity to breathe, have another opportunity, breath of life. Yeah.
I've always heard people saying that, like, conversations with God. I personally don't understand. Like, what do you mean you talk to him? Like something happens, so what? You just talk. Like you talk in your head.
Mm-hmm. Or verbally, depending on situation and stuff. Like if I'm in an airport talking to myself, it's kind of weird.
God, you're the bomb.
You're sitting on the edge
What?
of your seat. You're not gonna be
What?
like, oh my goodness, God, I can't believe the situation. And the guy's like, what the heck is going on here? Come on, kids, let's go. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, talking to God. You just talk to him. If something happens, you just share your thoughts. And yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
Oh yeah.
How many?
I want to have 4. If I can have more, then it would be adopted. Then they would be adopted.
I'm going to be adopted.
Might have asked why?
Why what?
Why you'd want to adopt after 4?
I mean, if I keep on having more, biological kids, then that's fine too. But
Oh.
but I do. I've talked to my girlfriend as well. In the future, I think adoption is something I would say important, dude. Like these are kids that have gone through a lot in their life, don't have a parent. It's just nice to have that relationship with someone, fill in that figure and guide them in life. People need guidance. Everybody needs guidance in life. So you just help other people.
What did you say?
Why do you want 4 kids though?
Yeah, what do you want 4 kids though?
Because it's one more than 3. Like
Yeah, no odd numbers, I guess.
I don't know.
The Bible does say.
At first I wanted 2 girls and 2 boys, but 2 girls and 2 boys, but obviously you can't really control that. So,
I'm sure they'll figure out a way.
You could.
some people have, people have like based on your diet.
No,
Like
a
you can
guaranteed
actually,
method.
You can actually do it.
Oh, like genetically.
Yeah. You can mess with that.
GMOs,
You don't want to mess
Like,
with that.
genetically modified humans. So GMH. You don't like that? You're not a fan of that? Because then the rich people, they really have all the control. They can genetically modify their kids to be a tiger.
Dude, if you look at America, even the school system, everything is a business. Just fun fact, we want to throw it out. I know it's off topic, but whatever.
College is a business, right? Don't they
Everything-
invest?
everything is a
Don't they invest your money? I
don't
think
know.
so. I think
But they
college
waste
is,
a lot of money
college
on
is like one
football.
of the biggest hedge funds in the United States. Like some colleges, like tuition money, they invest it. It's pretty cool.
I like how you guys have the tag still on that little vase plant thing.
Yeah, we plan on returning it.
Oh.
We planned
Nice.
on returning it.
I like that.
Okay, I think I think that's the end of this episode. I think that's where we call it quits. Samuel, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
It's a beautiful house.
You can send me the 150 later. It's all right. You know. I'm playing by the way. It's okay. You don't have to.
Any last words? We're gonna kill you after this.
Oh. Read. Yep.
Educate yourself, you
Read.
pricks.
Yep.
You read the monk who sold his
Ferrari?
Ferrari? The monk who sold his Ferrari.
Never even heard about
What
that.
about
Really?
you've never heard of that book? Wow. What about Think Like a Monk?
I think I've heard about that one.
Anyways,
What about monk think like?
What about Monk?
anyways, thank you guys for watching.
What about
Find all his stuff in the description. Find all his stuff in the description. Make sure you like,
What
subscribe,
about
comment, and we'll see
Or
you
end.
next time on the next episode of Funny Yet Serious.
Don't ever come back.
Fuck you.